I now give the floor to the representative of Australia.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is quite a historic day for the General Assembly, and it's been a very long time coming. I recall when negotiations on this resolution commenced last summer. At that time, there was a lot of discussion amongst us about what this resolution was really about, whether it was really about climate change or really about security or really about development. I think in the end, we realised that it's about all those things, but mostly it's really about respect. Respect for some of the smallest and least powerful states represented in this General Assembly. Mr. President, these are not countries which usually make a lot of noise in this chamber. They don't usually come to us asking for much. In fact, generally, our experience with these countries is that it's usually us asking them for things, usually to vote for this or that. But on this occasion, they came to us asking for something fundamentally important, as eloquently expressed by Her Excellency, the Permanent Representative of Nauru. And I think it speaks well of us and of our processes that we were able to rise to that challenge. The negotiations were long, and at times they were quite difficult. It's worth reflecting that our dear friend, the Deputy Permanent Representative of Nauru, was able, during the course of these negotiations, to conceive, carry to term and give birth to a child before we concluded our negotiations. But luckily, we've adopted the resolution before the child was old enough to make a statement here. There are congratulations that need to be made here today as well. First of all, I think we need to congratulate the Pacific Island countries themselves for the quiet determination and dignity with which they conducted these negotiations. I think it's also important to congratulate the negotiating partners. And in particular, I would like to congratulate those countries which initially were not enthusiastic about aspects of this resolution, but who decided on principle not to block it. To those I say, spasiba, gracias, and thank you. And finally, congratulations need to go to one delegation in particular. At a time when things really looked like they might go off the rails, one delegation, the delegation of Indonesia, took it on themselves to play a crucial brokering role to bring us together in terms of a compromise resolution, which is the resolution largely that we're adopting here today. I think we are in their debt. Mr. President, I said at the beginning this was a historic day. It's historic for a few things. First of all, it's the first time that the Pacific Island countries have brought a resolution such as this to the General Assembly. But more importantly, it's historic because in this resolution we have agreed for the first time by consensus on the link between climate change and security. This is a link which has been discussed broadly in academic papers, in security documents, in many capitals around the world. But it's the first time here that we've made that link formally, and I think that's very important and important to reflect on. Australia recognises that climate change is a serious and long-term global challenge, and that if not dealt with effectively, is likely to exacerbate the intensity and complexity of security-related risks, such as border disputes over resources, displaced populations, and disaster management. It's for this reason that we have contributed some $150 million to a fund within our own region to assist with the adaptation and mitigation efforts. But as we've heard today, in our region, the Pacific Island countries are amongst the most vulnerable, possessing limited capacity to adapt. Mr. President, we look forward to receiving in due course the comprehensive report of the Secretary-General on this matter, which we've requested today. I think this report has the potential to be amongst the most interesting and most important reports produced at this next session. We also look forward to seeing the relevant organs of the United Nations, including the Security Council, take this issue up as appropriate. This resolution is indeed an important and historic step, but only one small step in the work that we have ahead of us to deal with this very important issue. But I think we've made a good step, and I think it's important for us to take a moment to congratulate ourselves on this important day. Thank you very much, Mr. President.